Hey guys, it's Sam with 2M's and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Thursday afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you've all been having a great day so far. I'm really excited to be here with all of you because I will be joined by a very special guest in just a bit. And he's a very talented artist. He's a rapper, singer, songwriter, just a whole creative individual. And I'm very excited to talk to him because it's going to be my first time interviewing him here on Mix. And I can't wait to get to know more about him, how he started with music. And he also recently was part of the newest EP that was released via Paradise Rising, which is called Semi-Lucid 2. So we're going to be talking about his song for this EP as well. So everyone, please welcome to MYXclusive, CA. Woo!
What's up, everybody? Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, CA. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. How are you? How's life? I know it's a bit difficult to answer that question, especially nowadays. So how are you, honestly?
Honestly, I think life is going pretty well right now. I mean, the song and the release is in the middle of it. Like, we're in the midst of it. So, I'm just getting a lot of new fans and good feedback. And yeah, how about you? How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I always get caught off guard when people ask me questions. I'm so not used to it, but thank you for asking. I've been doing good. It's a little bit hot today because it's also kind of raining, so it's been weird. So I hope everyone who's tuning in, I hope you guys are staying hydrated. It's really important. So yeah, I'm pretty okay, but I'm excited to have you here on MYXclusive because, like I said, this is the first time having you on Mix with me. So I'm excited to get to know more about you. But I know you're really busy with music, especially with the new song. But aside from that, of course, is music your life, or what do you do aside from music, especially when you have free time?
Yeah, I'd say music is my life. I mean, yeah, when I'm not doing my own songs, I also write songs for other artists. So I'm just pretty much doing music all the time. Yeah, I love music. It's my life for sure.
Oh, I love that. I mean, you got to run with it, if that's what you love, that's your passion, we support it. And I'm excited to get to know more about how you actually started with music. So for you, CA, what was the earliest memory that you had of music that kind of shaped you and kind of made you decide oh, I love music?
I think for me, I remember I first started rapping 6th grade. I was 12 years old, and then
Cute.
It was for fun. Yeah. It was fun. I was wow, so me and my friends would rap for fun, and then I was wow, I'm actually pretty good compared to them. So then I just kept I just kept rapping, and then for me I grew up in New York, so I was the only Asian or Filipino rapper really in my area. So then I was just been in love with music ever since, you know what I mean? So
I love that. Believing in your talent at such a young age, at 12 years old. Do you remember what was it like rapping? Would you freestyle, or was it
I used to freestyle.
Yeah,
I used to freestyle all the time. Yeah. That was my thing before. Cool. I used to only freestyle.
Wow. So building up to freestyling, what really inspired you to kind of start rapping in the first place? I don't know how that goes because I've never freestyled in my life. So how does that what awakened you to kind of oh my god, let's start rapping?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I think one of the biggest memories for me was watching 8 Mile. It's like an Eminem movie. Yeah. So when I watched, I was wow, this is pretty cool. And at the time, all my friends loved 8 Mile. So all my friends started to rap. So for fun, we used to rap in the cafeteria at school, during lunch and stuff. And then I just kept at it. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
now here I
I
am.
love that. Yeah, I love that. I feel like after 8 Mile, all of us wanted to become
Yeah.
rappers. You know what I
hmm
mean? Like
hmm
watching that movie too, I was just like, damn, this is a really good movie too. But I
Yeah,
love that
yeah.
you ran with it, and this is where you are now.
hmm
Really continuing on with music. So you already mentioned, like 8 Mile, which obviously, like for everyone who doesn't know, it's like about Eminem, and Eminem is in it. So for
Yeah, yeah,
you,
yeah.
CA, like who are certain artists too that when you were growing up really, really inspired you, especially since you grew up in New York. New York, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
really
A
amazing
lot, a
rappers
lot.
from New York. Yeah. So who are some
Yeah.
of your favorites?
Well, number one is JayZ.
Oh, for sure.
I guess like from outside of
Mhm.
music, just how he like built the whole like business, you know what I mean? And he's a
Mhm,
businessman
mhm,
and he's able to, hustle and get other revenue streams. He made it out of nothing.
mhm.
Second is Kanye West. I feel like these are real generic answers, but like Kanye West for sure. Like I've been a Kanye West fan since
Mhm,
ever since, you know what
mhm,
I mean? So like I'm always
mhm,
supporting Kanye West. And I'd
mhm,
say like maybe like Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne a lot in high school. And
mhm.
then, but recently, I'd say like Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar,
Mhm, mhm.
just
I
the
love
familiar
that.
faces. Yeah, yeah.
No, yeah. I feel like we're in the same age group, because
How
those
old are
are
you?
also rappers. I'm
Mhm.
24, so I feel
Okay,
like
okay.
we're kind of relatively close in age because those are people
hmm
I also listened to growing up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Really
yeah.
amazing rappers and visionaries too
hmm
in what they did with music. But of course, taking all of that like influence, right, and wanting to create music. How did you yourself like grow into your own as an artist and the kind of music that you wanted to make? Like what was like the kind of music that you really wanted to make for yourself
Yeah.
as an artist?
It's funny you ask that because I feel like
Hmm.
growing up, like I was always good at freestyling and like stuff like that. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I always wanted to like make songs and like make cool songs. And
Mm.
like
Oh,
the
nice.
one thing that I wanted to always do was I wanted to learn how to sing and like do melodies and stuff. So then like
Yeah.
I was never really good at it, but I always wanted to do it. And then like I feel like I'm
Hmm.
proud to say that now the music I
Hmm.
make now is the music I always wanted to make. So like I feel like I'm
Oh.
happy that like you know what I mean.
Hmm.
I put in the time to work on my craft
Hmm.
and study
Hmm.
music and get to where I am now, like creatively.
Hmm. For sure. And like, like obviously wanting to become an artist and actually doing it are two different
hmm
things. And you had to
hmm
sort through a lot of different stuff too. Obviously, finding yourself in the music and the kind of music that you want to share with others, I think was probably quite the journey for you. And it's
Yeah,
amazing
yeah, of
now that
course.
looking back, you can say that, this music, the music you're making now is the music you've always wanted to make. So how would you describe this kind of music that you create now? Like if you were an outside,
Yeah,
or like if you had an out of body experience describing the kind of music that you would make or you're making
yeah.
right now, how would you describe it?
I said that I think that my music is really wavy. Like I make like
Hey,
wavy, vibey music for
yeah.
sure. Like, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like over here in the Philippines, I take
Mm-hmm.
pride that like my music sounds different than everybody else's. You know what I mean? So like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
definitely like the word wavy for sure.
Yeah, I love that. I love wavy. I feel like I don't hear a lot of people say wavy to describe their own music, so you can
Yeah,
totally own that.
yeah, that's
So
my
we're
thing.
going with the wavy. Yeah, that's CA's thing now. It's a very wavy. I love that. But you, like you said, you grew up in New York. Obviously very alive. The culture there is a little bit different from Manila, which is where you are now. So what
Yep.
was it like for you moving and adjusting, obviously, to the Philippines? And how do you think that impacted you, or maybe also your music?
I feel like that's actually probably the biggest impact
Hmm.
or like contribution to my music than anything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like
Hmm.
I moved to the Philippines in like 2018
Hmm.
because I was doing shows in New York and et
Hmm.
cetera, et cetera. And then like my manager at the time was like, yo, you should consider moving to the Philippines to build your fan
Wow.
base. So I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Okay, I will. So I did. And then like when I got here, like, you know what I mean? Like just to like getting in touch with the culture and
Hmm.
the whole scene and the whole industry here. I think that's
Hmm.
actually the biggest inspiration behind all of my music is that right now.
Mm, really? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Just-
I feel like it's so hard to like move literally halfway
yeah.
across the world. Even though,
Yeah.
like you're Filipino, it's really different like moving back here and kind of adjusting too. So,
hmm
what was it like at first for you like coming here and kind of finding your way and finding, the stuff that you also wanted to make here?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I feel like
Mm.
for one, like for starters, like I was culture shocked. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like I was like, wow, this is way different than what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But in terms of like finding my way, so when I first
Mm-hmm.
moved here, I had an uncle. He used to throw parties, and then like I had to
Oh,
make friends. So like he hired
cute.
me. So like he hired me to be his like a club promoter. So then like I made friends
Ooh.
that way. So then that's how I
Mm-hmm.
made friends, and I feel like my first year here, kind of like everyone else, like I kind of went out a lot. Like I wasn't,
Oh
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, I went
2018
out maybe,
was a great year to go
yeah,
out.
like I was going out maybe one might say too much, but
Mhm.
all of those, but all of those memories and all, et cetera, I feel like that's is
Mhm.
what. So by going out all the time and living
Yeah.
that certain lifestyle, like I made it my
Mhm.
thing where like I wanted to give the people that live that lifestyle here the soundtrack.
Mhm.
Like I feel like
Oh,
they
I
shouldn't
love
have to.
that.
You know what I mean? Like they shouldn't
Yeah.
have to listen to a broad artist to get the soundtrack when like
Mhm.
somebody here can make a soundtrack that's just as relevant to them, or maybe even more relevant
Mhm.
because it's about here. You know what I mean?
Mhm. No, for sure. I mean, that's so I love that. I mean, 2018 was looking back. It was a great
Yeah,
year to
it's
go
pretty.
out.
It was
I
lit.
totally get it.
it
Yeah, it really
was lit.
was.
It
There's
was
a
lit.
lot there. It was really fun, even for me. I
Mhm.
actually agree. I think in 2018 I also went out too much
Too
during that
much.
time. Yeah, but we kind of all go through that, obviously.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
especially in Manila, it's really, really fun also to go out.
yeah.
One
Yeah.
of the things I miss the most too. I'm sure a lot of people
No,
miss
that's.
it
I think
too.
that is the thing I miss the most
Yeah, right?
about here being here right
Me
now. Yeah.
too.
If
Like
I had to
going
be honest, it's
out.
probably that.
Yeah, going out and just kind of, like having the time of your life literally and just
hmm
like dancing
hmm
with random people. Now I can't even imagine what it's like. But yeah, I
Yeah.
love that that's how you made friends too. Because obviously like Filipinos love music, they love to dance, they love to
Yeah, yeah,
sing,
yeah, yeah,
they love
yeah.
to party. So
hmm
it's cool that you're able to make friends that way too and really
hmm
find connections too. But growing up in New York, like did you have a lot of Filipino culture around you or
I
what was it
did, I
like there?
did,
Yeah.
I did actually like.
Hmm.
So like, both my parents
Hmm.
are Filipino, so like
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
grew up in a Filipino household. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the
Yeah.
same traditions, the same culture existed there,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
there's actually a lot of Filipinos in New York.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
what they
Mm.
do is like, since all the Filipinos kind of like immigrated to New York in like the 90s and 80s, like they all
Hmm.
built their own little sub communities. And like
Hmm.
within their sub communities, like their kids all hang out. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I had a lot of Filipino friends growing up. So
Hmm.
like I wasn't that culture shocked when I came here, but it was cool. Like I feel like being
Yeah.
Filipino American is something I really identify with, especially with the Filipino
Hmm.
coming first. You know what I mean? So
Hmm. Oh, that's real. That is really cool. And you're able to like, kind of really still adjust here. I can
mhm.
definitely understand the culture shock. Obviously, I mean, who wouldn't be culture shocked if they moved to
Like
another country?
traffic.
I feel like, yeah. Oh,
I was like, yo, what
yeah.
is this? Like there was sometimes I'd be in traffic. I'm like, yo, why'd I move here? Like, I'd be in a Grab for like 2 hours. Like, what? This is crazy.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I grew up here, and every day that I spent in traffic, I literally was like, "Why do I even live here?" I feel like my lifespan's getting shorter sitting in
Yeah,
traffic.
for real, for real.
I totally understand. But I love that you were, you're very proud to be Filipino.
Yeah,
Even though you grew
100%.
up obviously in the States, but in a Filipino household and moving back here, and really trying to make make something like with your music and make something with yourself is just really cool. I mean, that takes a lot of courage too. So props to
Yeah,
you
yeah,
for
yeah,
being
yeah. Thank
able
you,
to
thank you.
do something like that. But in terms of music, you said moving here was one of the biggest things, if not the biggest thing, that really
hmm
impacted the kind of things that you wanted to make. So with your music, like what was it like? Obviously, creating your music and working with different artists here in the Philippines, and
Yeah.
releasing your music here too.
Actually, it's funny because like I've been here for
Mm-hmm.
like 3 years and I've been back and
Mm-hmm.
forth for 3 years. So with that said,
Mm-hmm.
like I honestly don't have that many songs out, and that's not by
Mm-hmm.
choice. Even
Yeah,
though I'm
yeah.
sorry, it is by choice. Like because
Mm-hmm.
like I was always waiting for the right opportunity. Because like I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I was confident in my songs, and I wanted
Mm-hmm.
someone to partner with someone or with a company that would believe
Mm-hmm.
in me to the point where it's like, okay, like now it makes sense. So over the last three
Mm-hmm.
years, I was able to work with a lot of artists,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
most of it is unreleased. So it's cool because now that I have this release, I can like really like release everything and
Yeah.
hopefully stay hot for forever from now on.
Damn. So you have like 3 years worth of like
Of
stuff.
unreleased songs. Yeah, I'm ready to
Yeah,
go.
that is crazy.
Mhm.
That is insane. But I'm excited to see it because obviously after hearing your newest song with Curtis Smith,
Mhm.
Blackhearts for Paradise Rising, it got me really
Yeah.
excited too for everything that you know, like you've been working on. But
Mhm.
what was it like, you know, getting the message that you're going to be working with Paradise Rising?
Yeah, I mean, so actually, like, to be transparent, like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but like, they
yeah.
wanted to get me, they wanted to get me last year for the first one,
Oh, no
but
way.
then
Sun
like,
Lucid, yeah.
yeah, but then I was in
Mm.
America, so it didn't
Mhm,
work out.
mhm.
You know what I
Mhm, mhm.
mean? So,
Mhm.
ever since then, like, my team over here and them, they've kept
Mhm.
in contact regarding my songs. So
Yeah.
then when it came for Semi Lucid 2, for me, it was just a matter of them picking one of my songs. Because, like I said, I have like
Oh,
so many unreleased songs. So it was like, okay, like,
yeah.
which one do you guys want? And then
Mhm,
they
mhm.
chose Blackhearts, which I was surprised. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, I love
Yeah.
Blackhearts, but it's like, so when I got the call, I was like, okay, like,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't say I was really as shocked. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
Like, because
mhm.
it
Oh,
was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
year. It was like a year in the
Yeah.
making. So I was just waiting
Mhm,
for the right moment. But then
mhm,
now seeing it come to life and to fruition, like, it still hasn't really
mhm,
hit me yet. You know what I mean? Because like,
mhm.
but
Oh,
it's cool though, because I feel like I'm like being able to represent the Philippines on a global
mhm.
scale, and that's like
For
my
sure.
lifelong purpose. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's good to finally feel like I'm working towards that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's cool though. I love that they got you for the first one, but you know, brought you back for the
Yeah,
second
yeah,
one. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you know, just
It's
put it out
timing.
there. I
Yeah.
don't think you'll
No,
get in
that's
trouble for
okay.
that.
That's
Yeah, like
cool.
it's really
I got the
mhm.
receipts. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah. No, I believe
Yeah,
you. I mean, that is
yeah, yeah.
totally. I mean, I love that. And you know, just for everyone who's tuning in, Paradise Rising actually is like a localized label of 88 Rising. You know, which really, you know, kind of wants to put Filipino artists, you know, on the global stage, kind of just like what CA said. And
Mhm,
that's really cool that you know you kind of just had to choose a song, and they chose
mhm.
Blackhearts. But so, how long have you had Blackhearts on like your bank of
Yeah,
songs?
I made Blackheart. So last year during the pandemic, so
Mhm.
like I live in
Oh,
BGC,
okay.
so then
Mhm,
like
mhm, mhm.
we couldn't have any guests in your condo, and like I was living
Yeah.
alone, so I couldn't
Mhm.
do it. I couldn't, like, to be honest, I
Mhm.
couldn't do it. So like last year when they announced the pandemic, I went back to America to chill for a few
Oh,
months. So
yeah.
like kind of like I wanted to be around, be like with my family. So
Mhm, for
then
sure.
when I was in America, I made Blackhearts in July. So my plan was
Mhm.
that I was gonna make a folder of like unreleased songs
Mhm,
that had
mhm.
open verses for local artists in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So then
Mhm.
when I went back to the Philippines in October, my first studio session was with Mito. Because we're actually
Mhm, mhm.
cousins. Like, we're like third cousins.
Oh,
Me and Curtis Smith.
really?
Yeah, so like we're like third
That's
cousins. So then like
cool. What a
yeah,
small
so
world.
yeah, it's a small world for sure. So then
Mhm.
like I opened up the folder of Blackhearts,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm, mhm.
he chose. I mean, not a black. I opened up my folder of unreleased songs that were unfinished with
Mhm.
open verses, and then he chose Blackhearts.
Oh,
And then that
wow.
was about in October. Yeah, so that was in
Yeah.
October. So we've had the songs done since about last year. Wow, yeah, it's
A
October. Right? Yes,
year.
a year. Yeah, wow, it's crazy thinking about that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is crazy. There's a lot of crazy things going
a
on for
lot.
first year cousins,
Yeah, we're
with
third
Mito,
cousin.
otherwise also known as
It's Curtis
Curtis
Smith.
Smith, just for
Yeah.
everyone. So was that like your first time working together on a song, like
Yo, it's
ever?
funny. Yes, it is.
Really?
It is. It is. Like
Yeah.
so like we're like related. So like we first
Mhm,
met in like 2014 in New York, or
mhm,
2015 when he
mhm,
was first starting to
mhm,
make music. And
mhm,
then like we connected over music at that time. And then in
mhm,
2017, we connected again. I was in LA working on music, and he was there with family. And then we
mhm,
were just talking about, what my manager told me about going to the Philippines. And then,
mhm.
so I think he was a big part of convincing me to move to the Philippines because I saw what he was building over here.
Yeah.
And then he like introduced me to a scene over here, and I was like, wow, I feel like I can really help with this scene and like contribute and
Mhm,
do my part and lend a helping
mhm,
hand in making us global. You know what I mean? Because I feel
mhm,
like I'm from New
mhm.
York. Like nothing I can do can add to New York. New York is gonna be New York. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I get
Whereas
what you
like,
mean. Yeah.
for me, I'm like I would feel more proud if I went to the Philippines and I built something over there. And I,
Mhm,
like I can inspire the next generation of Filipino artists. You know what I mean?
mhm.
That was my thing. So.
Wow, I love that you thought about that, like,
Yeah,
before moving here. I mean,
yeah,
that is a lot, obviously, like, you know,
yeah.
kind of thinking about that. But I love how confident you are too with that, because I mean, that's what you need, you know, as
Hmm.
someone who wants to change certain things or make an impact or even like leave a dent in any kind of industry. I feel like that is the confidence you need to be able
Hmm.
to do something like that. And I love that was your first time working together. So
Yeah,
what
I
was
mean,
it like actually?
we were trying,
Yeah, what was
like
it
we were
like
trying.
actually finally getting there and working together
Oh,
on the
it's
song?
funny. It's funny
Yeah.
because like a lot of people know that we're related, right? So like
Mhm, mhm.
we would always get asked like, "Yo, when's your first song?" And we're like, "Oh, you know,
Yeah.
like we're trying." Like and like
Yeah.
we did a few sessions together, and then nothing came out of
Mhm,
it. But we
mhm.
tried, and then like but everyone was like, "Yo, your first song together is gonna be crazy." And then like
Yeah.
you know like I guess like we manifested that because our first song together is on 88 Rising. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Like what
crazy.
we yeah, like what we were just talking about. Obviously, it's all about timing.
Yeah, it's all about
You
timing.
know, it's really all about timing. And I mean,
Hmm.
what perfect way to celebrate your first ever song together
Hmm.
with Paradise Rising. So could you tell us more, CA, because you said you wrote the song or you started writing the song in, you know, in July of last
Hmm.
year. So
Yeah.
what is the song actually about? Like where did it come from? Like what inspired it,
Uh,
and like, you know, that kind of
so
thing.
yeah, it's funny because like
Mhm.
so like Paradise Rising is like it's kind of like I had to like dumb down my answers a little bit from my other interviews, but this one I'll say the real
Mhm.
answer. So like
Go
Black Hearts,
ahead.
so
Thank
Black Hearts,
you.
so Black Hearts is it's an emoji, obviously, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like there's a Black Heart emoji, and I feel like
Mhm.
the beat when you hear it, it sounds so dark. It sounds so vibe. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It sounds like a dark
Yeah,
beat, and I
yeah.
feel like there's no darker color than black. Like that's as dark
Mhm.
as it gets, right? So like,
Mhm.
I told you before, I was going out a lot in Manila.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So like, I was in a certain lifestyle. You know, I'm sure you know how the lifestyle gets. So like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
only associating with girls who have the same lifestyle. So then, like,
Oh,
if you listen
yeah.
to the song, it's like I'm talking about how cold the girl is, meaning like
Mhm.
she has she has her vices. She doesn't want to
Mhm.
get tied down or catch feelings or something like that. So then, the
Mhm.
whole song is about that. So it's like
Mhm.
it's a metaphor for the black heart emoji. Like if you can never catch feelings for someone, like me personally, I don't send out heart emojis, like red heart emojis, but I send out black heart emojis.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm not. That's not really bad. Yeah, so,
Oh.
but I send out black heart emojis though. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that's what the song is
Oh.
about. And
Mhm.
yeah, and then my cousin,
Mhm.
he had his own spin on his verse. But if you listen to it, it's
Mhm.
pretty much like a trap R&B song.
Yeah. No, I love this whole explanation too, because I feel like a lot of people can actually relate to it. I feel
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know, we've all been there. We've all kind of
mm,
experienced that kind of thing. But I love this whole thing, like, you know, send red hearts like to people. As
yeah.
someone who
Nah.
sent red hearts to everyone, like just makes me think about it. Maybe I'm gonna switch it up a bit.
Send the
But I
black
love
heart.
that. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna start sending black hearts now after this interview. But I love that it, you know, kind of it's very personal to you, but you also kind of put your
Yeah,
own spin to it, obviously, with the music, and it is
mm,
pretty dark, yeah, but it's still a vibe, that kind of thing, which
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's kind of
Thank
the
you.
kind of thing you would listen to in your room and kind of just like
Yeah, yeah.
feel and
I
kind of
feel like
vibe to. Yeah,
I feel like the way to
yeah.
describe it is like it sounds like
Mhm.
you're driving home at like 3:30 a.m.
Yeah,
after
exactly.
turning up. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
it's like nighttime, but early morning kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah, yeah,
settling
yeah.
down, that kind of
Hmm.
vibe. So definitely a vibe, I would say, for
Thank
everyone.
you, thank you.
Yeah, and I think everyone should check it out. So if you haven't checked it out yet, to everyone who's tuning in, make sure to check out Black Hearts, obviously, by CA and Curtis Smith for Paradise Rising. You guys can check it out on multiple digital streaming platforms, and also has a music video that you guys can check out too. So what was it like creating the music video? Obviously, you know, finally being able to release the song, but also with a music video. What was that like for you guys being able to create the music video for Black Hearts?
It was fun actually. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like we had to shoot during COVID, so we had to make the
Mm-hmm.
best of it. You know what I mean? Like in terms
No,
of like
yeah.
safety protocols. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was really super fun. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, just to like I got to like work like first and foremost, like shout out to I work with a stylist,
Mm-hmm.
Flo, and Flo really like helped me bring out a lot of like nice all black looks that I
Mm-hmm.
felt like really fit the vibe of the song. And then it was cool because like, you know, like that's when it really started to hit me. You know what I mean? Because like when they send you the contract and like when they send you like the release plans, like it doesn't really hit you yet. But like when you're like doing the video for it, it's like, wow, like this is really a thing. Like I'm about to be on 88 Rising, like, and I feel like, you know, like they just did the Marvel movie, Shang-Chi, so it's like, so it's like, you know, like it's just a good time to be on there, and I feel like it's great that Filipinos are starting to get our recognition worldwide alongside with other Asians.
For sure. I mean, making moves definitely, you know, not just in the Philippines, but all around the world. I mean, Paradise Rising has really been putting Filipino talent at the forefront, right?
Yeah.
Everyone. And I love that it was at the music video or like making the music video. That's when it really
I was like, wow, this is, I was like, wow,
it's real.
I'm doing this right now. Yeah, it's real. And it's like a year of like, you know, because like when they told me about the first one, I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah, I'm down. Then like it didn't work out because of, you know, timing and stuff like that. So like, it's like all of that year of like waiting to finally get on. I feel like it's hit me that day at the video shoot.
Oh, well, that's cool. I can't wait. You know, obviously now after this, you're gonna be even more excited to release more things because you have so many that you have yet to release, obviously. But just to everyone, once again, if you haven't yet, make sure to check out Blackhearts. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms, and you guys can check it out. Like the music video on YouTube. But after this, CA, I know people are eagerly waiting to see what else you have in store for everyone. So, what other plans do you have with music? Like, I know you have a lot of stuff.
I got a lot of stuff
ready to go. Yeah, but what else can we expect coming from you?
Oh, so, I mean, so I guess I can announce it now. So, my next single will be featuring Just Hush, coming out next month. We have a song called Just Us, actually, and I'm excited for you guys to hear it because it blends Tagalog and English, and I think it's a real vibe for sure. And then beyond that, I mean, it's up to my team to see what else we decide to release. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot. And there's a lot of like, you know, like stuff that are in the works. So like you said earlier, it's all about the timing. But as of right now, I mean, our main plan is to release Just Us with Just Hush. And then we'll see what's next. I mean, something might happen along the way. So we'll see.
That's true. I'm already obsessed with Just Us with Just Hush. I feel like that was so hard to say. But I feel like it's going to be definite vibe ready. So we have that to look forward to, you guys, coming from CA, of course. But for now, like I said, let's all savor his newest track that just came out very recently, which is called Blackhearts, along with Curtis Smith and Paradise Rising. Once again, you can check it out on multiple digital streaming platforms, but also the YouTube video. I mean, the music video on YouTube. But before I let you go, CA, do you have a message to, you know, everyone who is eagerly waiting for your music, but also really excited about you putting out music, and maybe even everyone who wants to create music but isn't sure if they should?
I mean, I think my message to everyone is that like it doesn't matter if you're a musician or like so long story short, I seen this meme online. Not a meme. I seen a meme about Squid Games, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like how the director of Squid Games submitted his script 10 times before he was shut down, right? So like in my case, like, you know, like I have someone on my management team, you know, here with us, like in the backstage room and stuff. So like he can attest that like I've been making music for 3 years, and I've been confident in my value and in my, you know, in my worth. So I was waiting for the right opportunity, you know, and the timing to put everything out. And I pitched it to companies, and a lot of companies turned me down and stuff like that. So like my message is as if you're an artist or you're a businessman or anything, if you're an entrepreneur or you have a little side hustle, like just, you know, trust in your work ethic, and don't let anyone, you know, try to tell you you're not worth what you know you are worth. And if you keep working hard, then, you know, what's meant for you will be yours. Just gotta manifest it and put it into the universe. And I mean, I feel like that's what I want to push now. You know, with my first big song being on 88 Rising, it's like, you know, I feel like I want to inspire other people who maybe have self-doubt that they want to mute or stuff from other people. Like, just trust in yourself, you know, double down on your work ethic, and then you'll get what's meant to be yours for sure. And that said, if y'all want to follow me, my Instagram and everything is right there. CA Christian Alexander. If you haven't checked out Blackhearts yet, you can check it out on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Amazon, etc., etc., etc. Also, watch the music video. It's on 88 Rising's page. And don't only watch my video. There's also 4 other videos from dope, talented Filipino artists there from this year, St. Lucent 2, Manila Killer, Yuna, Manila Gray, JayZ, and Steven Peregrina. So if you watch them already, watch them again. Let's keep putting on for the Philippines. And Sam and Mix, thank you guys for having me. It's been a pleasure, for sure, for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. I love this whole, you're so used to this already. I love, giving advice, which is great. I also really believe in manifesting and obviously timing of everything. So we have CA to attest to that, obviously. So guys, make sure to watch out for his music, but also listen to all of his music that's already out, especially his newest single, which came out with Paradise Rising, and also Curtis Smith. Once again, available on multiple digital streaming platforms, and also just check out everything also on the EP as well. But thank you so much, CA, for joining us here.
Thank you.
Chatting with me today on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you so much. And thank you as well to everyone who tuned into this MYXclusive interview. Once again, this has been Sam with 2 M's and CA. Thank you, you guys.
Bye.
Yay.
Time to bring the bass back.
Mix is the beat of our culture. Our stories.
So I see myself having a couple number 1 albums.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix. The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers. Our music. Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.
It's hard to get this energy anywhere else.
Mix is the beat of our culture.